Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Head on over to cardkingdom.com to pre-order your Zendikar Rising cards today. Hey friends, today I want to cover something I've started doing with almost all of my personal commander decks, and that's adding what I call a commander sideboard. These aren't sideboards in the traditional sense of the term as used in 1 vs 1 formats, but rather these are cards that I'll choose to modify my deck with before a game begins. My sideboards are usually meant as easy ways to depower my decks if I'm playing at a lower powered table, but I've started incorporating sideboards into other decks as budget friendly ways to add variety to them without having to spend tons of money building a brand new deck from scratch. I'll go over some examples of what my own personal sideboards look like, and maybe even convince you to give sideboards a shot as well. The first and simplest type of sideboarding is swapping out combos to depower your deck for a lower power game. I personally do this with my $50 Siona Captain of the Pyleas deck, which I've recently covered in a full primer and gameplay video, which you can find linked in the video description below. Despite having a low budget, Siona is one of my most powerful paper decks. Not only is the deck an Aura Enchantress deck, which has an incredibly deep pool of strong cards to work with on a low budget, but it's also able to quickly and consistently combo off thanks to the interaction between Siona and Shielded by Faith to generate infinite soldier tokens, and the backup combo of Siona plus Reigns of the Vine Steed plus a sack outlet like Blasting Station, which similarly generates infinite tokens to sacrifice and win with. All the pieces can easily be tutored thanks to cards like Heliod's Pilgrim, Open the Armory, Boonweaver Giant, and Aura Touched Mage, so it's quick and easy to assemble the combos. Now, I love my Siona deck, but there's times where either it's too strong for the table, or I just want to win with the deck using other finishers. This is where my sideboard comes in. With just a few swaps, I remove the combo cards and replace them with still powerful but non-combo cards. In this case, my sideboard swaps is just 4 cards. Out comes the combos Shielded by Faith, Blasting Station, Altar of Dementia, and Reigns of the Vine Seed, and in comes Srom, Senior Edificer for more card draw, Ethereal Armor and Eidolon of Countless Battles for better beatdown, and Retether for some amazing mass recursion. The deck's focus is now shifted from a combo win to winning with huge beaters using cards like Ethereal Armor and Ancestral Mask, or a massive token army with Archon of Sun's Grace and Sigil of the Empty Throne. It's still a strong deck, but it's weaker and slower than before to match lower power playgroups. Another quick and easy way to significantly alter your deck is by having another commander in your sideboard that you can easily swap to. There are a ton of commanders that support the same archetype in the same colors, and swapping just your commander will result in your deck feeling way different, even though the rest of the 99 cards are the exact same. I have a sideboard for my $50 Niv Mizzet Perun deck for this reason. Just like my Siona deck, my Niv Mizzet list is an Izzet Spellslinger deck that wins the game off quick and consistent combos. Niv Mizzet Perun Enchanted by Curiosity or a few other similar cards allows Niv Mizzet to deal near infinite damage and draw near infinite cards. The rest of the deck is still a powerful Izzet Spellslinger list that can still win without any combos, so a few cards in the sideboard lets me depower the deck by swapping out the easy combos. Since all the combos require my commander to instantly win, a quick and easy way to do this would be just to swap Niv Mizzet Perun out for a non-combo commander and call it a day. Niv Mizzet Draco Genius is a straightforward swap if you still want to keep the Firemind in your command zone, or you can switch to another Spellslinger commander like Kaza Royal Chaser. But for this deck's sideboard, I decided to do something a bit more ambitious by transforming it into a Tibur and Lumia deck. I've always had a soft spot for TNL, as it's not a particularly strong commander, but an old school one that I have nostalgic feelings for. Most of the cards that I want in a TNL deck are already in the 99, so I just need to make room for a few more iconic cards like Willbreaker, Charisma, and Basilisk Collar. So here's how I do it. Niv Mizzet gets put into the 99 and the combo cards Ophidian Eye, Tandem Lookout, Curiosity, and Dramatic Reversal come out. Swapped in are Tibur and Lumia as a new commander, and in the 99 are Willbreaker, Charisma, and Basilisk Collar, 3 of the best cards when paired with our new commander. And voila, the deck is now a Tibur and Lumia deck. The lack of combos makes it more appropriate at lower power tables, but it still has all the Izzet Spellslinger goodies that I love, plus some new exciting spice. Sometimes I play this version regardless of the power level of the table just because I like changing it up. Now, up until this point, I've been talking about how to get a lot of value out of swapping just a handful of cards. It's easy, simple, and effective. But what if we took this sideboard concept a step further? What if we expanded on the concept of a sideboard so that it's large and robust enough that we essentially have 2 decks in one? Stick with me, friends, because it's Galaxy Brain time. The next budget deck that I plan on adding to my personal collection is a kicker deck. With the release of Zendikar Rising, we not only got a ton more support for the kicker archetype, but we got a second commander option, letting us choose between Halar the Firefletcher in Gruul colors and Verizal the Split Current in Simic colors. But what if we didn't have to choose? While both Halar and Verizal play very differently, with Halar being an explosive burn deck and Verizal being a dirtly value engine, both have a ton of overlap in terms of the cards that they're using. Both decks reward you for running spells with kicker, and both deal with +1/+1 counters. While it's true that they are in different colors, both decks lean heavily on the green cards that overlap between the 2 decks. Green cards like Grow from the Ashes, Inscription of Abundance, Mold Shambler, and Vastwood Surge make up the core of both decks. So what if instead of building a single deck around these 2 commanders, we built a deck that consisted of a section for all the green and colorless cards that both commanders would share, and then a section for Halar including the red cards, and a section for Verizal including the blue cards. Has science gone too far? Is this crazy, brilliant, or both? Well, at least that's what I plan on doing, so wish me luck. So those are my quick thoughts on Commander sideboards. I've been getting a ton of value out of my own sideboards, both to depower my decks when needed, but also as a budget-friendly way to add variety to my collection without having to spend a ton of money building new decks. So what do you think about Commander sideboards? Are you against the idea? Have I convinced you to try it? Or do you already use them yourself? Let me know in the comment section below, and until next time, friends, see ya! Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, help us out by clicking the like button down below. And to keep up with the latest and greatest, make sure to click the subscribe button. And if you want to watch similar videos, click on the links appearing on screen right now.